Hi, and welcome to week 15 of the postpartum program. I am so happy you're here. If you are brand new here and just finding this video, highly recommend going back to watch all the other videos in this series. It will really lay the foundation for what we're going to do today as well as moving forward. But if you have been sticking with us from week 1 through 6, welcome to week 15. You are so close to graduating from the program and should be feeling really strong and really confident. And I am excited for today's workout. So, for the workout today, you're just going to need your block as well as your weights. Everything else can go off to the side, and we will go ahead and start laying down on your mat. So, just coming all the way down into a nice neutral spine position. Feet are going to be stacked right under your knees, just letting your tailbone go heavy. We'll windshield wiper the legs side to side, just twice each way, opening up through the lower back. And then you'll come back through center, finding our tailbone heavy, rib cage heavy, coming into our pelvic tilt. So you'll take your big expansive inhale, letting the air travel all the way down. On your exhale, flatten the lower back, ribs hug, pelvis tucks up, all the air comes out of your lungs. Inhale, reset. Exhale, tuck and tilt. Last one here. Building into our spine articulation bridge from there. So find your inhale, deep core connection, exhale, pelvic tilt. As you reach that furthest point, you can't tuck anymore. Start to drive through your heels, lift the back, lower, middle, upper back. Let shoulder blades stay grounded. Inhale at the top, deeper tuck of the pelvis, roll it down, upper back, middle back, lower back will hit last. Let everything reset. Inhale. Exhale, tuck, scoop, lift. Good. And then slowly lowering all the way back down. Last one here. We hold the next one up at the top. Holding here. Stabilize through your left leg. Lift right leg tabletop, marching in place. Right leg grounds. All your weight shifts to the right leg, right glute, left leg tabletop. 2 more times each way, trying to stay stable through your hips. Really utilizing that standing, stabilizing leg, squeezing through that glute before you lift the opposite leg to ensure the hips aren't rocking side to side. Last one each way. Good. Coming all the way back down, rolling down nice and slow. Let's just find a little T-spine twist here. So arms will come out to the side. Let both knees drop over to the left. Let your gaze go over to the right and just breathe here. One big inhale, one big exhale. Finding one more inhale. On your exhale, pull the knees back through center. Use your obliques there. We find the same thing other side. So knees drop over to the right. Let your gaze go over to the left and just breathe into it. Finding another inhale. Exhale, pull the legs back through center and hold, hug knees into your chest. We'll make our way up to a seated position here and then grabbing one of your weights, coming into a quadruped position for our bird dog. So we're going to build on this. If the weight feels like a little bit too much still, you can always go back to body weight. We did our body weight bird dog last week. So just want to add a little bit of a challenge. So bring the weight into your right hand. Left hand will be down on your mat. And then left leg reaches back long. Right arm reaches towards the top of your mat. Before we do anything, find a tiny tuck under the pelvis, ribs hug together so that we're stable through our back. Back does not move. Inhale. Exhale, lift arm and leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So we're lifting from the shoulder, from the glute. Again, taking it out of our back. Back does not move. Even if you feel like you arch your back, you get the leg and arm higher. That's not what I want. I want strong back, strong shoulders. Just lifting from the muscle here. Inhale, lower for 2 more. Last one here. Lower this down. You can take a pause for a second if you want to come off this wrist. We're going to add one more layer to this with a little open close or abduction, adduction. You can watch this first rep and then we'll get into it. So same movement here. You'll start in that same position. You'll exhale, lift up. And then on your next inhale, open the arm and leg just to the corners of the mat. So back corner, top corner. Exhale, you'll bring everything back through center. And then inhale, you'll lower down. So when you're ready, finding your starting position here, we find a big inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lower. Soft bend in your left elbow if you tend to lock out your joints. I do not want you to dump into the joints here. Exhale, close. Inhale, lower. 2 more. So much stability. Putting all the work we've been doing thus far together here. Last one coming up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And drop it down. Good. You can come back onto your knees if you want to roll out that wrist a little bit. We're just going to go right into the other side. So coming all the way down. Right leg reaches back behind you. Left arm out in front. Forgot what that was called for a second. Finding your inhale to prepare regular bird dog. Tiny tuck of the pelvis. Hug the ribs in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, good. Staying here for 4 more before we add on our little open close. Last 3, lifting from the shoulder and from the glute. I could put a glass of water on your back and it would not move. Go for 2. And last one. Lower it down, breathe for a second. If you want to roll out your wrist, we head right into our open close. So finding that same position, reaching back long, inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lower. 3 more here. Lift. Soft bend in your right elbow. Try not to arch through the back. We're only lifting arm and leg, pretty much in line with your body, if not a little bit lower, to keep the work in your shoulder and your glute. Last one here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lower. Nice work there. So lots of stabilizing through the core. If it still felt a little bit challenging with your weight, you can go ahead, drop that off to the side. We are going to finish out this little quadruped series with our push-ups. So building on last week, you have 6 push-ups here. So bringing your knees down, we'll go ahead, tuck the pelvis under, really hug lower abs in, hug the ribs in, press the ground away. I like having my feet on the mat, but you can always cross them if that feels better for you. Inhale, we lower upper body down. Exhale, strong press. Good. 5 more. You can do this. Inhale. Exhale. You've done much harder things than push-ups. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Only 3 more to go. Stay strong. Tuck the pelvis. Try not to let that back creep up. Last 2. Find your last one here. Good. Sit the hips back. Reach the fingertips long. Go ahead, just gently rock side to side. And then we'll come all the way up here. Good work. We are going to grab your yoga block next. So let's go ahead and lay on your left side to start. And then the block is going to go long ways right between your knees and your thighs, just like that. Heading into a little bit of thread the needle, oblique work here. So bringing the block all the way down, right arm will reach up. We're going to come right up into our side plank. So stabilize through the shoulder, shoulder down, engage your lats, lift up through the left side. Exhale, lift. Find an inhale here, reach up to the ceiling. On your exhale, inner thigh squeeze the block, thread the needle under. Inhale, open. So by having this light squeeze on the block, it really keeps our hips still. So you're kind of forced even more so to use your mid back, to use your obliques, to find this movement. Actively squeezing on the block, even though it's a little different than the ball. You can't obviously squish the block, but we're still engaging through inner thighs the entire time. Last one here, strongest reach yet. Exhale. And inhale, reach up. Go ahead, lower through the hips for a moment. You can kind of come off your shoulder for a beat, relax your neck. We're going to come back down for one more exercise there. So resituating your shoulder, block stays right where it is. On your inhale, reach your right hand towards your ankles and then let your left hip kind of drop down. On your exhale, come up into your side plank, arch up and over, reach right hand long. Inhale, lower. So we're really working that range of motion through your rib cage, as well as lateral flexion of the spine. So side to side flexion of the spine here. You just have two more. I know that shoulder is probably burning if you're engaging it properly. Inhale, lower, last one. Good. Come all the way down. We are going to adjust the block here. So two options. First option is the block going this way, coming right between the legs. If you feel like with the block this way, your knees are pulling in, if you have a little bit wider hips, then go ahead and send it this way. The goal is so that you don't feel like your knees, like this makes my knees kind of feel like they're going out. So this feels a little more natural, but everybody's built differently. So I just want you to feel like your legs are hip distance apart. So whatever option feels best for that, go ahead and find that and then come all the way down onto your back and grab one single weight. Adjust your block. Both hands will find the weight. On your inhale, hands go overhead just a tiny bit. And then on your exhale, find your pelvic tuck. So flatten lower back, tuck the pelvis up, start to lift up from your chest, chop to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, reach back. Keep squeezing on the block to steady the hips. Exhale, lift and chop. All the air out of your lungs, reaching as far as you can. Let the weight pull you. Inhale, come back. 3 more. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Nice work. Go ahead, lower it down. You can put the weight off to the side and take the block out. We'll just go right up and over to your other side here. So coming onto your right forearm, the block goes back the skinny way, right between the knees. Right forearm is down. We engage through our shoulder, lift up through right side body and come right up into our side plank. On your exhale, twist under. Squeeze the block with inner thighs. Reach, reach, reach. And then inhale, gaze goes up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Keep squeezing, stabilizing through the hips, and testing yourself with how far you can reach the fingertips back for last 2. Last one here. Good. Coming up out of that, you can take a rest and come out of your shoulder for a second if you would like. We'll go right into our reach up and over. So right forearm will come down. Resituate yourself, readjust your block if you have to. On your inhale, you kind of let your rib cage drop towards the mat. Don't collapse into your shoulder though, like that. You stay lifted through your shoulder, but let the rib cage drop. Reach towards your ankle. On your exhale, opposite motion, rib cage hugs up as much as you can. Lift, 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 lift. Arm up and over, and then inhale, lower down. So we're just working through our mobility, in that side body as well as in your spine here with this, on top of also working our obliques. Inhale, lower, 2 more. How high can you lift through the hips? And lower, last one. Good, bring it all the way back down. We flip the block to whatever was most comfortable for you in this position and grab your single weight. Arms interlace overhead. Little inhale brings you back. On your exhale, pelvic tuck, flatten lower back, start to lift through your chest, chop the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lower. Squeezing on the block. Exhale, tuck, scoop, lift. Lift right from the middle of your chest and then let the weight pull your ribs over to the side. All the air out of your lungs before you release back down. 3 more. Go for 2. Last one here. Good. Lowering all the way down. Just let that weight go off to the side. You can take your block out, come up to a seated position, grab some water if you would like, and then we're going to make our way up to stand with both of our weights. So grabbing both your weights here. Both weights will come into one hand, or if you have that single 5-pound weight or 4-pound weight and would rather use that, you can, but I'm just going to double up our weights. And then bringing the weights to your left shoulder. We'll go right leg back, left leg in front. So we're strong through our right leg. If you want to watch this first one and then do with me on the next one, we can do that. So it's a 2-part move. You're going to inhale, lower into your lunge. On your exhale, shift your weight to your left leg, soccer kick and shoulder press. So you're hugging the ribs in and then squeezing through this left glute. So when you're ready, find your lunge position with me. And then next inhale, we lower. On your exhale, press and lift. So full body integration here. Working your core in a way that goes beyond just our curls and our crunches and our mat work. This is really truly stabilizing our limbs. It's stabilizing your spine. It's putting all the pieces together. Let's go for last 2. Good, and find your last one. Woo, losing my balance. Good. Bring the right leg back behind you. You keep both weights in the left hand. Coming into a little B stance, like deadlift, squat type motion. So your right leg's going to stay back behind you. This front leg has a soft bend, but it's not going to change. Weights come to your thigh. I want you to think about sitting your butt back. Your right knee will bend to send your butt back, and then let the weights kind of glide down your shin. But back, back, back. When you feel this nice stretch, pull from your glute to lift your chest up. Think hips are pushing back and forward, coming all the way up to stand. Good. 4 more here. Inhale, sit back as much as you can, keeping the weight sliding down your leg. Exhale, hinging from the hips, starting to push the glutes forward, up to stand. Last 3. Go for 2, thinking wide through your collarbone. As you come down, we're not letting the back round and putting some weight in our lower back. We stay nice and lifted, nice and straight. And squeeze, coming up on your last one here. Lower, lower, lower. And exhale. Lift. Good work. Right into other side. So left leg will go back. Weights come to your shoulder. Left hand can kind of just go wherever's comfy. I like it on my hip. Find your inhale, lower into your lunge. Exhale, shift your weight forward, soccer kick and press. So ribs hug in, squeeze your left glutes. We're not arching through the back. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, sit back. 4 more. Exhale, strong squeeze through the whole right side. Last 3. 2. Find your last one. Gorgeous. Bring it down. Left foot comes back. We bring our weights to our thigh. Bring our weights to our thigh. B stance position. So you're going to think, I'm chopping you in half from your hips, letting your upper body hinge forward. Weights will glide down the shin. When you feel that really deep stretch through hamstring and glute, pull from the back of the leg, thinking send hips forward. Squeeze at the top. Inhale as you lower. Lower, lower, lower. Exhale, pull to lift. Staying wide through the collarbone. Engage shoulder blades back and down. Let's go for last 3 here, and then we're back to the mat. Good. Go for 2. Last 1. Beautiful. We are done with our standing work. You can just drop down onto your knee and come down, placing the weights off to the side. Go ahead and put them down. We are going to come into a quadruped position for a little bit of airplane hip work. And then we have some supine work, and then you're done. So let's bring actually let's go left side. We just worked our right side. Give it a break for a second. Left forearm down, right leg extends long. Our headlights on our hips are facing the mat. They're squared off. Right hand is with you. Right leg lifts. Use your left glute to push the hips open. Open, open, open. Now headlights are facing out, and then use your left glute, close it back down. You've seen this in your previous workouts. Your right leg just stays where it is in space. It's not doing anything crazy. And then close it down. Press and lift. So you should really feel most of the work here through that left glute. Your right leg staying lifted, but it's not really actively doing anything. It's that left glute, left hip, controlling the movement. For last one here. Exhale, open. Good. And lower it down. Go ahead, keep this single straight leg, just a couple leg lifts. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Give me 5 here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press for 4. Moving from the glute, no movement in your back. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way down. Coming up out of that, just right into the other side. Wasting no time here. Right forearm down, left leg comes back long behind you. We square off our hips to the mat. Lift your left leg up. Squeeze from your right glute to press the hips open, open, open. Left leg stays where it is in space as you pull from your right hip, right glute to close the hips back down. Exhale, press and open. Good. Inhale, close. You have 3 more here. Strong through your core the entire time as well. So trying to think about keeping that movement, keeping a light brace to support your spine. And then on your exhale, really trying to hug everything up and in together. Elevate our abs. And lower. Last one. And then you're pretty much done. Press. And then let's go ahead, close off the hips. Inhale, left leg lowers. Exhale, lift. Here's 5. 4. Hips are square to the ground now. Last 3. Lifting come from like right top of the glute. Go for 2. Find your last one. Bring it back down. Good work. You can kind of sit back onto your glutes for a moment, and we're going to finish with a little bit more supine work. So working through our back, laying on our stomach. If this feels off or uncomfortable, go ahead and just skip this part. You can go to the cool down, or you can grab your weights and go back into our posture work here. So you're still working the back. But if it just feels funky because you haven't laid on your stomach or done a lot of work like this, just try to push yourself, challenge yourself. My job is to kind of push you outside your comfort zone. I wish I could be there with you, but you know your body. So if anything's being funky, don't push yourself. But if it just feels like a little off and uncomfortable because you haven't done it, let's get into it. So coming onto your mat, laying down on your stomach, legs are back long, hands are down by your side. Before we do anything, we tuck the pubic bone down, squeeze through the glutes. Pelvis is under. That is engaging our lower body and protecting our lower back, keeping it out of it. Hands are just right next to your shoulders. On your inhale, start to lift from the mid back, lift up. Let your gaze stay towards your mat. Don't crane your neck to look up. Keep the neck long. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So thinking, again, great cue is just right where your sports bra is. Those muscles are kind of what initiates this lift. And lower. Lower back stays out of it. Keep squeezing the glutes for 3. And lower. Go for 2. Last one here. Good. Bring the right side of your face to your mat. Bring your arms closer to your shoulders. Your right arm might even come down onto the mat. Then lift your left leg back behind you. This is a really nice stretch. Your toes don't have to touch the mat, but this opens up that lower back, opens up your hips so much. If you're like, this shit hurts, you don't have to do it. But it's a really nice stretch after working your back like that. Left side of the face comes to your mat. Kind of let your left arm get out of the way. And then reach your right toes back behind you. And then coming down, we'll come up into our quadruped position for a little upper back stretch as well. So go ahead, reach your left arm up to the ceiling, rolling out through the wrists, and then sending it under, letting left side of the face find your mat. Your right hand can either stay planted beside you or reach back behind you, whatever feels good for you. And then coming all the way down, lifting left arm up one more time. And then we'll bring it through center. Right side comes up. Threading it under, right side of the face. Find your mat. Let your left arm do whatever feels good. So it can stay here or it can reach back behind you. And then bringing it back down. Coming all the way up, making your way into a seated position. Just finding a little bit of outer glute work first. So if this hurts your knees or your hips, just go right into your butterfly pose. But try bringing your right ankle kind of more on top of your left knee. So you'll feel a big stretch through your outer glute, outer thigh. My knee doesn't even want to go down. Some people are really cool with this and they can just let that knee drop. If I sat here for a bit, or if you want to pause the video and kind of sit and let your hips relax, my knee would eventually kind of lower down a little bit. But for now, I still feel a really good stretch here. So just letting that open up for as long or as short as you would like. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and switch outside. So bring your left ankle kind of on top of your right knee, and then just let that knee drop as much as it will. Mine doesn't drop very much, but just enjoying this nice stretch in the outer glutes, outer hips. And then finally, bringing soles of the feet together if you have not already, for inner thighs, hips, butterfly, pressing into your knees. Let your upper body drop. And then extending both legs long out in front of you. We'll finish with one final forward fold, reaching for the toes, lengthening through the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. And you are all set. As always, if there's any other stretches you want to take, or if you want to hang out in any of those for longer, feel free. But that was week 15. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or feel free to reach out on socials. And I will see you in your final workout of the program in week